This evening I am frying some catfish as well as some shrimp, as you can see. I'm not supposed to be eating anything breaded or fried, so this is definitely a treat for me. Now, I don't eat potatoes, rice, bread, or pasta, but for you all, I'm going to fry some French fries just for show. I'm not going to eat them. So this should be done in a few minutes and we'll get to eating.
Hey money magnets, welcome back to another episode of BENJI ADSENSE. Come along and sit with me as we go on this journey, talking about life and entertainment. We have the remedy to build your energy. Enough laughter will bring the synergy. Stay tuned, it's Benji with BENJI ADSENSE. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah.
Probably shoulda used the Jimmy, probably shoulda never met her.
Hi, this is Psychology Eats, and you are watching BENJI ADSENSE. What's eating you?
Hey, what's up everyone? It's your boy BENJI ADSENSE and I'm back with another video. And in this evening's video, I am feeling pretty good. I decided to come on here and share a story with you all. It's a paranormal story, you all. So if you all are not into the paranormal or anything scary, I would just suggest that you all click off the video right now, all right? But for those of you who are not afraid of things that go bump in the dark, this one is for you. This fish tastes so good. I don't know if it's because I had drunk some ginger ale and watermelon THC syrup earlier, so everything tastes like so good. I don't know if it's that or if it's the champagne, but this fish is so good to me, y'all. It's so good. I'm so greedy right now, especially because I usually don't eat anything breaded, so this is a real treat for me, you all. Tastes like little bites of heaven. So you all, this story happened, I was in my late 20s, so this story happened 12 or 13 years ago, right? Until this day, I still question myself and I say, was I hallucinating? But I know I wasn't hallucinating. And now that I think about it, it's as if whatever this thing was called me to it. By the end of this story, you'll understand why I say that. Many of you already know that I live in Los Angeles. What some of you probably don't know is that I love blackjack and I love video poker. I do. I love blackjack. I don't know, it's just something about being at the blackjack table that thrills me. I've had some of the best conversations with people who have sat down next to me at blackjack tables. In addition to that, I love the aspect of gambling and winning money. There are card casinos here within the Los Angeles city limits, but if you want the full experience of a true casino, then you have to go on the outskirts of town to Indian reservations. And we have many Indian reservations here in Southern California. I suffer from insomnia, and I have suffered from insomnia for many years. So one night, 12 or 13 years ago, it was one of those nights where I couldn't sleep, and I was like, you know what? I want to play blackjack. I decided to drive to this Indian reservation, this resort that was located on an Indian reservation. Did this thing call me to it? And the reason I say that is because I did something that was a little bit unusual for me. I have OCD, I'm a germaphobe, and it is really unlike me to go sit in a hotel bathtub. If y'all knew me, y'all would know that that is like, I'm not gonna go sit in a hotel bathtub. But during this experience, that is exactly what I did. So I packed me a duffel bag, and the weird thing is I packed some Clorox wipes. And again, that was so weird because it's as if I knew I was gonna go and get into the bath. So it's like I bought these Clorox wipes because I figured when I get to the hotel, I'm gonna wipe things down and I'm gonna take a bath. But anyway, I packed these Clorox wipes, I packed my duffel bag, and I get in my car, and I drive the hour and 45-minute drive from Los Angeles to the outskirts of town, headed towards San Diego to this Indian reservation. And when I say that it's remote, it was halfway between Los Angeles and San Diego. It was really located in the middle of nowhere. When I decided to leave the house, it was probably 10:30 p.m. And I knew that I would not want to drive back because it was probably about an hour and 30 minutes away from where I lived in the city. So I was like, okay, I'll get a hotel room. It was a resort and it was pretty nice. However, it was located in a really remote location on an Indian reservation. When you exit the freeway, you have to go around canyons. It's like a two-way highway. It looks like something out of a scary movie. You're just driving and driving and driving, and then all of a sudden it's, wow, you see this resort. But again, it is still located on an Indian reservation. So I check into this resort. I get my room key, I take the elevators up. It's a really nice room. I put my bags down, and before I go play blackjack and video poker, I do a little meditation. Like I meditate for about 15 minutes, try to raise my vibration, try to clear my mind, let good stuff come in. I do that and I go downstairs. I have a margarita. I sit down at the blackjack table, play a little blackjack. Wasn't really hitting on nothing. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just go back up to the room. So I go back up to the room. As I told you at the start of this video, I suffer from insomnia. So I took some diphenhydramine, which is basically Benadryl. And I took a really large dose, but at the time it was something that was usual for me. So I took a very large dose of Benadryl. But again, this was something that I had been doing at that time regularly. So I don't know if my experience, if the Benadryl attributed to that. I don't know if it was the Indian reservation. I don't know what it was, but this is exactly what happened to me, you all. I'm gonna go find a photo of the hotel room and the bathroom so that you all can see exactly where I was sitting and everything, okay? I take a large dose of Benadryl. I sterilize the bathtub and I begin to run a bath. I run the bath. I get into the bath. The door to the hallway is open. So you know how you come into the hotel room, there's a hallway, there's a restroom, and then you go into the room. So I'm sitting in the tub. The door to the restroom's open. And in the hallway, there's a photo. But all of a sudden, it's as if something is coming out the hallway past the photo, and it's making its way towards me into the restroom. So this thing is coming out the hallway as if it's coming through the door of the hotel room, and then it makes a left, and now it's coming into the restroom towards me. And what this thing is, the best way that I can describe it is a green ball of light or an orb, maybe the size of a grapefruit or one of those miniature basketballs. Not a real basketball, but you know how they have those small basketballs? This thing was a bright neon green. You could see through it, and it didn't have a face or anything, but it had a consciousness, and it was studying me, you all. So what I'm saying is this thing came out of the hallway, past the photo that was on the hallway wall, into the bathroom, and it just hovered there, and it just observed me. And it stayed there for, I would say, a good 25, 30 seconds. And finally, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I wasn't scared, but I got out the tub and ran through it. Just like ran through it. And that was the end of it. And the crazy thing was, I wasn't frightened. This did not feel like something that was there to harm me. But it was so fascinating to me because I could tell that it had a consciousness. It wasn't something that was just flying around aimlessly. This thing was observing me. I said, is this one of my dead relatives? Is this one of my grandparents? Is this my father? Is this Indian spirit? I didn't feel scared. I almost felt lucky to have seen it. I felt a little bit comforted, even though that it was like a real crazy experience, like this green ball of consciousness coming through the hallway, landing before me, observing me doing double takes. Is this really happening to me? Finally just running through it. And then that was the end of it. And believe it or not, I stayed in that hotel room. I slept in that hotel room. I woke up the next morning, I checked out, and I drove back to Los Angeles. Some time went by, and I called the hotel, and I told the front desk person my story. I asked her, had anyone reported anything similar to what I had experienced? And she was eager to hear my story. She was actually fascinated, but she said no one else had, to her knowledge, had reported anything like that. So I was wondering, did this thing call me to it, or did I just stumble upon it? Was I able to see it because of me taking the Benadryl along with the margarita? Did something happen to alter something that allowed me to see into something else? And that is not the only crazy thing that has ever happened to me in my life. If y'all only knew. What I would like for you all to do is to comment below and give me your opinion. Tell me what you all think this thing was that came into the restroom with me. I would like to also hear if you all have had any paranormal experiences. Please comment below if you all have had any type of paranormal experience in your life, because I really want to hear about it, all right? Until the next video, loving your friends, your family members, and remain safe. And with that being said, I'm out.